Hey everybody, welcome to another one of Arbiter's Garry's Mod Basics. Today we've pretty much covered everything in the game, default wise. The rest of it is down to your own creativity. You know, you come up with an idea and you try and use the tools that you've got available to try and build something. That's the whole point of the game. I'm not going to teach you how to build individual little objects. Although I might do if you ask me nicely. Today I'm going to talk about add-ons and how you install them and how you keep them up to date and what they can be used for. You can download some stuff in-game, or all stuff rather in-game, although I feel the menu is always a bit restricted, just if you click on the add-ons option in your main menu, like this. And this will bring up not only things you're subscribed to, but let's ignore that for now because obviously I am subscribed to stuff. And you can download things like game modes, maps, weapons, tools, NPCs and vehicles, as well as stuff your friends have uploaded. I don't think any of my friends have uploaded anything. So, say for instance you're sick of all the maps you've got, you want to download a new map, you look in the map section, it shows you trending, top rated and newest, and you can say you want Area 51, all you do is hover over it and press install. And then downloading Area 51, the map will download. It's done, it will be available to play when you start a new game. GM Area 51, there it is, and I can play this map. So there we are, we've now loaded in Area 51. I'm not sure what this map's about really, if it's just a build map or what. It looks like just a normal building map. Like a giant airbase. Yeah. So that's how easy it is to get add-ons in Gmod now. It used to be quite a pain, you'd have to go onto a place like garrysmod.org where there'd be a big repository of user-made mods. And although features like that are still around, they're kind of outdated now. And this menu, the add-ons menu, kind of hooks into the Steam Workshop, which you may or may not have heard of. And what it does is someone will upload something, say for instance this map, and then you subscribe to it by installing it. And when that map gets updated or someone makes some changes, you automatically download the new version, just because you subscribe to it, which is brilliant because it means you don't have to go out your way to keep up to date with the latest revisions of something. So the add-on system's brilliant, although the only problem I have is I feel this menu is always really limited. I mean, you can view, you know, the top downloaded, top rated and newest, but you can't see everything. You know, you have to go through pages and pages of add-ons just to see stuff. So, not the best thing. So, as well as that in-game menu, you also have what I like to call the kind of browser version of that menu, known as the Steam Workshop. Now, this workshop is available on a lot of games. For instance, there's the workshop available on Skyrim. You know, and the workshop is just a place where people can upload their own mods. The first thing you can do is say you want a mod. Let's say I want this Deadpool NPC player model. I would just click on it. You can see some pictures. I think people are allowed to upload images. You get a description and there are comments on the mod as well. To download it, all you would do is click subscribe, and then whenever you loaded Garry's Mod, it would download to your player files and it would keep up to date the same way that I told you before. Okay, so the second thing I wanted to really show you is collections, and they can be seen here on the top of the workshop menu. And collections are basically a group of mods that can be grouped into a collection and published, so that you can say, these are the mods that I like, here they are, and you can send them to your friends. So this guy's got, you know, whoever this person is, they've got a group of mods here. You can see a few maps, sled build, GM race, fix, CSS weapons, you know, and these are all mods that he has, and he's grouped them together, and I can subscribe to all and basically say, okay, I like all these mods, let's subscribe. So people can make collections like for space build or for role playing, and they can put all the mods required in a collection and just send you the link and say you need all these mods, and that can really be helpful. One of the other things you can do with collections is you can create your own, and when you create your own, give it a title, an image, describe what it is, say what it is, you can then begin to store some mods in that collection. For instance, here's the Deadpool One, all I have to do is press the Add to Collection button and tick which collection I want it to be a part of, okay, and then when I look at my collection, you will see a list of mods in your collection, and when you publish this collection, you can then share the link with other people and say, hey, this is a list of mods that I use, and they can choose to either download them, subscribe to them, whatever they want to do as well. And that means that you can then share mods. Say for instance a particular server says, we use all these mods, please subscribe to all of them to not see problems. You can just go, okay, I want to play on this server, subscribe to all. So what I have here are a collection of tools that I find really useful on Gmod, that I think expand the game in a non-invasive way, including WireMod, which, don't worry, we're not getting into that. And I'm just going to show you what a few of these little tools are. Let's just go through the list. Advanced Duplicator, Corpses Be Gone, Door Stool, Smart Snap, Stacker Tool, WireMod, Weight Stool, and Deadpool, but let's kind of ignore Deadpool. So we can see when we look at our subscribed add-ons that we now have some of the add-ons we subscribe to in our collection. For instance, there's Deadpool. I'm just going to enable some of the mods I want to show you because I don't want to show you all of the mods I have, and I'll get right into playing them. Okay, so in the game you might spot a few changes when your add-ons are enabled. For instance, extra tabs such as the Wire tab that wasn't there before. Options wasn't there before. And that's just really what some mods add in extra content. You will see extra tabs, extra options in this menu, and then that's obviously showing you that they've been installed. So the first tool we installed was Smart Snap. Now what Smart Snap is it creates a grid overlay over a prop, so that you can see, you can precisely use tools on specific things. So I'm going to easy weld the center of this to the center of this, and I can do that now because I can see exactly where the center of an item is with this grid and red X. Now with the red X you can see that my hand can still kind of free roam over the object, but if I hold the E key I snap to the center of the object, and I can weld those things perfectly in place via the center. And that's how Smart Snap works. And in the options section here you can change some of the settings of Smart Snap, but I've never needed to. I mean, it's a fairly precise tool as it is. And that's Smart Snap. The next thing I want to show you is the Stacker tool. And what the Stacker tool does is it stacks objects together. You can see on the menu on the right here it says stacks props easily, freeze props, weld props. What that means is when you stack a prop, is it frozen and will it weld to what it was, what's it being stacked to. So you can say relative to world or prop, and I'll show you the difference now. If I say relative to world and I say up, this, you can see kind of ghost image there, this prop will be stacked on top of it. But if this prop is, say, at a diagonal and I say stack, you can see it's still going completely up. But if I say relative to prop, it will still go up from the prop, making the props stack in a straight line. And you can see when you left click, all it does is create the same prop just in the direction you were saying. So if I say stack direction left, it will start to make a grid's left. If I say, you know, behind, it will start to make stack props in behind direction. So that's how the Stacker tool works. It stacks objects in a specific direction. You can even set it to stack a number of times. So there's stack 27 times. Kind of unnecessary, but you can do it if you wanted to. And then you can set some parameters to change the direction or how much it rolls, and they're kind of advanced. So that's how the Stacker tool works. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is the weight stool. Now, to illustrate this, what I've done is I've created a set of scales. Now, these scales actually work. They've been axised in place right down the middle. Each prop is built in the same place using the Smart Snap tool. It is very precise. And let's give it a whirl. So let's say put a barrel. Let's just freeze it in place. I'll put a barrel on this end, and I'll put a barrel on this end. And you can see that they're perfectly balanced. But if I was to chuck this barrel away, you can see that this barrel is now heavier than nothing. So, what can we do to illustrate, to show you how the weight tool works? So I'm going to show you what the weight tool does, and what it does is it alters the weight of an object So, as I've said in a previous tutorial, all props have physical properties, like do they float, how much friction do they have with the world, and they have a weight. If you pull the weight tool out at the bottom here of the regular tools, you will see that when you hover over an item it tells you its weight. So the weight here is 30, and this one is 30 as well. Obviously it's the same prop. Now what you can do is you can change that. So you can set the weight of, say, this barrel to 6,000 and this one to, well, let's leave that one as it is. And then when we unfreeze this, you can see that that barrel is now so heavy it's actually interacting with the objects. So we'll pull out the weight tool, press reload on it, and it goes back to being 30. So you can make slight differences or you can make huge ones. So say something's too heavy and won't float, you can maybe decrease the weight of it in hopes that it does float. Obviously it won't because this is made of metal and metal sinks, but if you're building a boat and, you know, something is too heavy to float, you could maybe decrease the weight of it in the hopes that it would float. The next thing I want to show you is the door tool, which is in construction, and all it does is lets you spawn a door. You can set buttons to open and close it. Some doors you don't even need them. For instance, let's spawn a slim door with let's spawn a door with no handle. No, with a lever. And what will happen is a door will be spawned that you can open and close. And there are different types of door. For instance, you can get a combine door, and some of these are quite big, as they range in size. So that's a small combine door. You can see it. Set a key to open. How about O? You can set it to auto close after a certain amount of time. And with this, you can. Let me just try and angle it right. Make a door, and then you press O. The door opens, and then after a certain amount of time, 7 seconds apparently, it should close. There. And that's a door tool. There are loads of doors to choose from. Very useful, very nice little tool there. So one of the next things I wanted to show you was the mod Corpses Be Gone. And this is just a little thing I downloaded a few weeks ago. Just in the off chance that it worked, and it actually does, so I was pleased with this. So I think it's a useful tool, if only just for aesthetics. So let's use the Deadpool NPC that we can now spawn. So forgot about that. Yeah, we downloaded Deadpool as a player model and an NPC, so we can spawn Deadpool. There he is. He's got a pistol. I'm not sure if Deadpool uses pistols, because I don't know. And he follows me about. He's a nice guy. I can also change my player model from being the Arbiter to being Deadpool, and I can be Deadpool, but let's not do that. I'm going to stick with being the Arbiter. So, I just killed Deadpool. Obviously we know he comes back to life, but as I've told you in the past, when you kill an NPC you can't get rid of their corpse. Well, now you can. If you go to Utilities, and you can see Corpse Be Gone, and you can clean corpses up. There you go. Corpses cleaned up. The corpses disappeared. Wonderful. So, let's say for instance I kill another enemy. Let's make, I don't know, something's going to make a lot of mess. Probably zombies. Let's make a zombie invasion or something. Oh, you're getting too close. I don't know why this one came in here. So yeah, so there's now a lot of there's bullets on the floor, there's problems, and I can just clean up the corpses, and you can see there's still bullet holes, blood on the floor and things, and you can clean the decals, and then they all disappear as well. So that's a really helpful mod for just keeping your server clean. The next thing I want to show you is the Advanced Duplicator. The Advanced Duplicator is not very important anymore because the Duplicator tool now kind of does that job a little bit better, in that you can save your dupes, share them with your friends, upload them, everything else. The Advanced Duplicator is kind of an old, outdated tool from when the regular Duplicator didn't do that. But all it does is it saves all your props in the same way that a normal Duplicator does. For instance, where is... Let's open that. And there's a car I made once. It's a very poor little looking car, but it's a car nevertheless. All you do is when you've made something, right click on it, it'll ghost the prop so you can see it, and then you press save and you can save it to the server. You can also, using the open folder manager menu, is upload and download files to and from servers. So say you've made something on a server, you really like it, you can save it to the Advanced Duplicator and then download it to your local files. But like I say, the duplicator tool now kind of takes care of most of that, so no real point. And the final thing I wanted to show you from my favourite mods is Wire. And Wire is such a huge, complex system that I can't force it into this tutorial. You're going to have to watch my other series on Wire mod tutorials to get into the hang of that. Well, what I will say is that it adds a whole new level to this game. Like a huge amount of possibilities just open up with Wire mod. For instance, you can program expressions to control everything. Like, for instance, here's one of the things I've built in Wire before that I'm kind of experimenting with. It is a platform that controls thrusters and measures angles and everything like that, and tries to keep each thruster level with the board, so when I activate it, it kind of rises off the floor and tries to keep itself level. And I'm trying to build a kind of hover jet with that, like kind of VTOL. But it needs to work. But that's the kind of opportunities you can build with Wire, and that's a self-writing kind of hovering platform. So I would really recommend that you get into Wire mod. If you don't want to, if it's too complicated, don't bother. I mean, you could build some fun stuff with the stuff I've taught you in this tutorial alone. But that is the next step for you. Otherwise, download some add-ons, play some various game modes like RP, Space Build, Trouble in Terrorist Town. They're all fun. The variety this game offers is huge. It's incredible. That's why it's one of my favourite games. But go out there and have some fun. I think this is the last in my tutorial series on the Garry's Mod Basics. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.